Okay, let's cut the cliches and get straight to the point. DC is one of the worst LEGO themes of the 2020s. We haven't gotten a non-Batman set for the theme since 2020, and even then, we're not getting much. Today, I'm going to be breaking down what is going on with LEGO and DC and figure out why the theme is falling short against Marvel. I've done my research like the responsible student that I am, and with the information I've collected, hopefully we can find some solutions for this dying theme. First, let's recap how the LEGO DC/Batman theme has changed over the years. The theme originally started out in 2005 as a Comic-Con exclusive of the very first Batman and Joker minifigures, which ended up being featured in the very first globally available sets in early 2006. The theme started off strong, releasing only Batman-based sets through 2008. After that, things went radio silent for the next few years. Little did we know, LEGO had something huge planned. In 2011, we got 3 Comic-Con exclusive minifigures, being a comic book Superman, Christian Bale's Batman, and Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, and with those minifigures came the announcement of the DC Superheroes theme. This launched alongside the Marvel Superheroes theme in early 2012, and these sets are what got me into collecting LEGO and loving DC. Over the next few years, we would get so many outstanding sets for the theme, with some of my favorites being Arkham Asylum Breakout, Jokerland, and the classic TV series Batcave. But my all-time favorite thing that we ever got from the theme was a little spin-off theme, the Lego Batman movie. These sets are unarguably the best Batman sets we've ever gotten, and the minifigures, oh my goodness. However, since Batman's 80th anniversary in 2019, everything has started to go downhill for the theme. The last really good set we got for the theme was the minifigure series in early 2020, and after that, everything has been Batman, 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 except for one set which nobody talks about. As Marvel's amount of sets went up, DC's number of sets started to go down, with the only sets we're getting being the same concept that has been lazily milked dry by LEGO at this point. Batman and Joker seem to be the only DC characters getting any attention, as clearly demonstrated by this last summer wave. So what is the reason for this sudden decline in LEGO DC? Over the past couple of years, LEGO has responded to some individuals who have asked why they don't make very many DC sets anymore. Mark Stafford, the designer of the Daily Bugle, commented on the lack of DC sets back in 2021. I'm going to paraphrase what he said. For a more in-depth look at this take on the situation, watch this video by ashnflash linked down in the description. He talked about how there were 4 Marvel movies that came out that year versus only 1 DC movie, so there wasn't a lot to make sets based on. This is a valid point of view, since the only DC movie that released in theaters that year was The Suicide Squad, which, needless to say, isn't exactly something LEGO would make direct sets from. A lot of recent DC media, especially shows, have been more mature and aimed for adults, but there's the glaring existence of the dceu, which makes mostly child-friendly movies. They could have easily made sets for Blackadam or Shazam Fury of the Gods, especially with the success of the first Shazam movie and there not being any sets for it. So many people thought they would have learned their lesson from the first time around and take a chance on these highly anticipated movies. And LEGO was apparently going to make a set for the Flash, but ended up canceling it. It was supposed to be a Michael Keaton Batmobile, which still ended up coming out twice this summer, but based on the original movies. As well, there was a rumor that a Tower of Fate set was supposed to come out last year, but it ended up being the Thor's Hammer set. Was that set thrown to the wayside as well, perhaps? I'm not entirely convinced that this is the case, since the Flash Batmobile was likely just repurposed into the Batmobile that we ended up getting this summer with different minifigures. The whole Tower of Fate dilemma was likely just a fake rumor that spread around. Anyways, back to Mark Stafford. His next statement just completely ruins the credibility of his first argument. He said, and I quote, "A 7-year-old knows what's happened in the past 3 years, maximum, so it's very difficult to bring it into their conscious mind." I don't even know where this came from, because the DC, or should I say Batman, sets that we got that year were from the 60s Adam West show and the first 2 Dark Knight movies from the early 2000s. And with the sets we got this year are from the Tim Burton Batman movies from the late 80s and early 90s. And they are doing this instead of making sets based off of current media, which would appeal more to children, according to this statement, which isn't entirely false, but they don't seem to be going by that logic. These Batman sets from older movies are simply just a nostalgia kick for all the adult collectors out there. For some reason, what they're saying isn't lining up with what they're doing. Another statement made by a LEGO customer service employee has certainly stirred up a storm among the already agitated fans of the theme. Again, if you want a more detailed explanation, watch this other video by ashnflash, also linked down in the description. This customer service employee had responded to a fan's questions and talked about how they need approval for every set before anything else, and they haven't been allowed to do much. So they're saying it's Warner Bros' fault, but other toys are making products based on recent DC content, so it's most likely just a Lego thing. Unless Warner Bros has a weird grudge against Lego, perhaps they regret giving away the Lego movie rights to Universal. This customer service employee goes on to talk about how they produce sets mostly around the release of new movies and shows, and compared to Marvel, DC would only keep getting remakes of current sets. Oh no, not this again. I hate to sound like a broken record, but the only sets LEGO has been making for DC have been from older movies. The only sets that have been from recent movies is The Batman, and even that was just remakes of Batman vehicles and locations. The entirety of LEGO DC for the past few years has been built on remakes. With the countless number of different Batmobiles and Batcaves and different Bat vehicles that we've gotten, and the constant Batman vs. Joker concept, need I say more? And a lot of LEGO themes are built on remakes, because if they didn't try to constantly improve and make better versions of their products, well, it would get old really quick. However, I must say that LEGO DC is using it as a crutch at this point. Unfortunately, they don't seem to actually know what they're talking about or what they're doing anymore. Since LEGO DC has only made Batman sets for the past few years, it's gotten to a point where the only widely available LEGO DC sets are Batman. LEGO DC has slowly been dying out and LEGO Batman appears to be taking its place. This change is happening right in front of our eyes, since a bunch of Batman-based sets, including the new summer sets, are only under the Batman page on legodc and not DC. 18 years later, we're right back where we started with the theme, with the voices of the fans seemingly silenced in the process. This video is not meant to disrespect or hate on LEGO or any of the people working there. I'm simply trying to shine a light on the issue at hand and call to action something that can change this theme for the better. It pains me to see a LEGO theme that I and so many others have loved for so long just be completely disregarded. I'm not asking for much from this theme, just a sliver of what we used to have would suffice. Just something that's not all Batman for once. Just indirect tie-ins to new movies would be nice, or just straight up comic book sets. We don't need much, we just need something different, something new, something fresh. Because if something doesn't change soon, it might be the end of LEGO DC as we know it. I didn't cover all of LEGO DC's current problems, so let me know in the comments if there's anything important that you think I left out. And if you enjoyed this video, then be sure to drop a like and check out this one next, where I discuss LEGO Marvel's biggest missed opportunities. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day, fellow brickers. Peace out.